16 years of age, 2-2, off the bench, called enough from James's Park, Ria, Ingamoa. It was some finish, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, I can only relate it to my experiences, and Jermaine will obviously know better than I, playing at a big club at a younger age. But I got in the first team at 16, but it was in the old fort, so it'd be League Two now. And I did all right, don't get me wrong, scored a couple of goals, but even then that pressure felt big. So to do it for Liverpool at 16, I've heard good things about him. I've seen the snippets pre-season. I've got friends at the club who told me about him. You can see the obvious talent, but still to come on the pitch and have that chance come so quickly. Normally you want a few touches just to settle in, and he's wrapped it in. He hasn't gone safe with it or leant back, or he's just wrapped it in, and the confidence to do that tells you everything about him. And it was certainly one of the pluses of the evening, probably with Virgil's performance. Thought that was a plus. Other than those two things, there wasn't too much to be overly pleased about, other than the result. And, you know, we always say, don't we, if you don't play particularly well and you still win games, it doesn't half stand you in good stead.
I mean, you'd have obviously were a winger, Jermaine, so you'd have found yourself in that position quite a lot. I mean, I guess a lot of people in that position, especially a kid, you know, coming off the bench in a cauldron of James's Park, probably maybe would have taken a touch in that position, but as Danny says, almost the composure, the confidence to take it first time sort of shows, you know, he's got, you know, wise head on young shoulders.
Absolutely, and we've seen, like Danny said, snippets in pre-season. We've seen his goal that he scored at Anfield, coming in off the left on his right foot, bending it in the corner. So he's confident in his ability. You know, he works on this in training, and that's what people say, practice makes perfect. But doing it in a Premier League game, doing it in the last minute at St James's Park for Liverpool, that is different pressure. You know, like I said, most probably established strikers, wingers, probably took a touch and then slide it in. Yeah. But for him to do it first time and to have the technique, composure, and keep it down and bend it in, it's something to be excited about.
How old were you when you scored your first goal in the Premier League? Do you remember it?
I think I was 21.
Okay, still not bad.
I was 20 or 21, and it was an hat-trick on my first debut.
Well, if you're gonna score your first goal,
I thought you were younger. You looked younger.
Yeah, I was.
Baby face.
Yeah, I was 20, but I think my first appearance for Arsenal was 16. I think I was a few days off my 17th, well, a couple of months off my 17th birthday, and it was a Coca-Cola Cup back then, I think it was called, and it was against Middlesbrough.
You're going to have to tell our listeners what that was, Jermaine.
It's the equivalent of the
League Cup, yeah. The old League Cup, yeah.
Do you know what, funnily enough, going off a bit, but my debut for Liverpool came off the bench at Wimbledon opening day of the season. I think I was 20. And I got put through one-on-one and it was bouncing. And I didn't want to over-hit it. And you know, I'm talking about the confidence or lack of belief in yourself. And I under-hit it. Yeah. And the keeper saved it. And I still, honestly, it still stays with me, that. Whereas if you'd have given me that chance 2 years later, 9 out of 10, I score it.
Yeah.
But the confidence of any young player, and when a ball comes in sometimes, it's if you're playing well and you've scored a few, we'd have finished the same way.
These things don't matter.
To do it without, because it's his debut. Maybe it's instinct. Some people say it's instinct, but it's confidence. So it was brilliant for him, and I think we're going to see more of him.
But not only that, he's been on the pitch 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So he's not up to speed. He's not had a few touches. Well, he had a few touches, but to really get embedded in the game, and as that ball's coming across, you've also got to watch the bobble as well, if it's going to bounce or not. So there's a lot of it. People think easy, side foot, but there's a lot of that you need to think about, because it can easily come off your ankle, balloon over.
Yeah. Lean back slightly. Going over like that,
fundamentals into it.
Do you remember when at 20, first day of the season, you're on the bench? Do you remember that moment where the gaffer turned around and went, "On you go, Danny"?
Just buzzing. It's just an amazing feeling. I mean, he's not a Liverpool fan. I don't think, is he? So, I might be wrong with that, but I don't think he is.
No, he came from Chelsea,
London boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He'd been there since 8, I think. So for me, maybe it was a bit more special. But the excitement for any young player to be involved with the first team. You know, we're seeing it, the lad at Arsenal, Max Dowman, another one. We've seen it with Rooney and Owen in the past, so many names. But the way, as I say, I've got some friends at the club, and rarely do you hear people speak about a young lad like this.
Yeah.
And we've seen the snippets. So it's probably why Liverpool haven't gone in to replace Diaz, maybe, because I think Diaz is a great player. And I know Gakpo's there, Ekitike might be able to play there if the Isak comes in. But I think one of the reasons Liverpool haven't gone, we definitely need a left winger to replace Diaz because of this kid.
Fingers crossed we see more of him. So that goal, by the way, every single player in the Liverpool team touched the ball apart from one person. And do you know who that was? Szoboszlai, who probably played the most important role out of everyone apart from Ngumoa. I mean, that dummy. We talk about the finish being brilliant, rightly so.
Yeah, but the dummy. So just don't take this condescending, but to educate you on the dummy, there's nothing else he could do. He couldn't shoot.
He could have, if he wanted to be greedy, he could have took a touch and
he's
from
going,
a tight
he's
angle.
Going towards the ball
with a man beside him.
With a man beside him, you leave that even if you don't know someone's there.
Yeah,
you've got to.
He's
take
gambling,
that risk.
isn't he? He's saying, "My mate's got to be behind me.
Yeah.
He's got to be coming in."
It's kind of the pass in and the movement by him and the defender made him do it. Like he probably did know he was there, and I might be doing him an injustice, but most footballers would have done the same because you've got nowhere to go with it.
Yeah.
Your first touch would be away, going back towards where the ball had come in anyway. But it was a great bit of awareness, let's say.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved the composure of it, and he was in the right place at the right time. And you've also got to give Arne Slot credit as well, because again, given the game, and we know how unique that game was because of everything going on with Isak, it could have been easy for Arne Slot not to have brought the young kid off the bench. The fact that he did it almost shows how much trust he's got on someone so young.
Yeah, a little bit of both. I think he also had no choice. I think he had to change something up because we always know when you bring on a sub and they've got the fresh legs and you're playing against a tired team, they're 10 men for the whole second half. And they work their socks off Newcastle. So there was going to be at points going to be tired and a little bit of space. And I think bringing him on straight away. As soon as he got the ball, it was at Livramento. There's sometimes 3 players, but he didn't care. He's got so much ability and trust in himself. And I think that's what we needed at that time. We need someone to stop running at the players. So the subs that came on all made an impact. Chiesa to Salah, Elliot.
Yeah.
So they all had an impact. And that's what you need from subs. And I think, unfortunately, he had no other choice to make these subs.
Yeah, it's a special moment that will never... Whatever happens this season, years to come, it'll never. That moment, the goal, the celebrations, it'll never be forgotten, will it?
It'll become more iconic the better he does. Because it's like Rooney's first goal
against Arsenal. This show is brought to you by our partners, talkSPORT Bet. New customers get an exclusive offer of £40 in free bets when you bet £10. Go to talksportbet.com/inside Liverpool to claim this offer now.